So Incident IO platform is broadly like three components. We can look at it as on call, which is broadly like schedule all of your people to be, working around the clock and dealing with issues when they come in. We have incident response, or response, we call it, which is broadly the how do I resolve the incident inside of Slack or MS Teams or on video calls now. And then we have status pages, which is like how do we communicate with customers. And the bit we're going to talking about today is on the sort of cusp, I guess, of the on-call and incident response platform, and it's, as I said, something that's called Alert Insights. So broadly, let's share my screen, in fact, and I can just walk through some of this stuff right now. So if I jump in here, you should now be seeing my should now be seeing my screen. So this is the sort of alerts page that we have here. You can see sort of a stream of alerts coming from places like Grafana, from PagerDuty, from Circle CI, all of these sorts of things. These are plugged into Incident IO. They will get onwardly sort of routed to people who are on call. They'll also turn into incidents if our configuration is set up that way. The stuff that we have shipped recently is thanks, Eric. Last week it wasn't so easy to do this stuff and actually get it right. So things we have shipped recently is this ability for you to now to go to this stream of alerts and actually look at a individual alert. So if I jump here, and I can see a whole bunch of information about this specific alert. So things like, has an incident been created for this alert? So in this case, yes, I can see, an incident has been created. But then we also have things like insights here. So I can start to see over time, like what has this alert been doing inside of Incident IO? What's the impact been of this alert running? And so over the last 30 days, I can see, for example, that there were 31 total incidents. There were from 45 alerts. That means we've grouped some of those into multiple alerts into one incident. I can see, really interestingly, like how much time has been spent over the last 30 days investigating this specific alert in incidents. So here we can see that I've spent like 1 day and 1 hour of aggregate time specifically on this alert, and that approximately 1/3 of the time we're declining the alert altogether. So we're not even dealing with it and sort of saying it's a real thing. So this might be something where we go, right, well, now what do I do about that? Like I might go and interrogate and go, well, why are we declining it? Is the threshold wrong of this alert? Is there something that we can do to tune it so that we, if we could remove 30% of those alerts, that's potentially like 8 hours back of that 1 day of workload, assuming it's evenly distributed. And so there's a bunch of other things we can do here. This is sort of, I guess, like sum total of the demo for now. This is like the absolute tip of the iceberg of what we're looking at inside of the Alert Insights part of the product. So we are going to be, and we are actively working on a whole bunch more that we'll be able to do here. Broadly, I think what we are uniquely placed to be able to do is essentially, because we know everything about the alerts that are coming into your system, and we know everything about what the humans are doing on the other side of that equation. So we're not a paging product that pages you and then you go off elsewhere to deal with the thing. We are also the place where you deal with it. So we know, as you can see here, when you create an incident, who is in the channel or who's jumping on video calls and how much time are they spending on those video calls. Plug all of those various things together and start to be able to build up a much, much richer picture. So stuff you can expect to start seeing coming soon is a whole bunch of like, give me all of my alerts, give me all of the insights about that, help me prioritize where I'm spending my time. So you shouldn't have to click into every one of these alerts. This is like very much the sort of V1. The V2 will be a full dashboard where I can jump in and go, these are the top 5 worst offenders inside of your organization that you might want to consider tuning so that they are sort of more sensitive to the correct problems, removing because they are always being declined and they're burning a bunch of engineering time and picking up your engineers, and handling my screen stop sharing, basically give you that sort of priority list that you can go and bash through these things. So short and sweet this week, hopefully useful. But yeah, watch this space. I expect in future weeks I will be talking a lot more about this stuff. I've seen the designs and I've seen the sort of works in progress here. Genuinely really cool. Putting my sort of former running engineering teams hat on, this is exactly the kind of stuff that I would have absolutely dreamed of having back in those days. So thank you folks for joining. We will catch you again next time, and sort of keep plugged into the Instant.io changelog if you want to see, the sort of stuff coming out as and when it does. Thanks so much. Catch you again.